Hello and welcome into Toyota Stadium, the site of the Dallas Cup Finals. And now we have the U16 boys final as the two squads walking onto the pitch. C4 Cumbres out of Monterrey and Capital City out of the Austin area will square off to take home the trophy.
Yeah, Nick, two teams that, again, based on their lineup, seem to come out in this one looking for the winner. Obviously, it is the final. They're going to come out aggressive. Look for them to come out looking for that first goal that could give them the early lead. Two young squads, one from Austin, one from Monterrey, like you mentioned, from different sides of the world, but all here at Toyota Stadium looking to hoist that Dallas Cup trophy.
Both of them have played 5 matches this week. They've won all 5 each side. For C4 Cumbres, it's a 4-2 win over DKSC, 2-1 over the Dallas Texans, 4-1 over FC Deportivo Arizona, 1-0 in bracket play over Roadrunners SC, and 4-1 over the Dallas Texans. And here we go for the Mexican and national anthems. Both anthems here, and now both sides will handshake and get ready for this one. Our head officials right there, the head referee, Richard Tejada out of Panama. CONCACAF crew, assistant referee, Glinson Bernabella out of Bonaire. And Craig Smith out of the USA. Our 4th referee is Jonathan Hughes from the Cayman Islands. And now for our starting lineups, we'll start with Capital City, head coached by Dustin Beal, Gavin Mraz, Gabriel Gallegos, Joshua Simoneau, Kelby Spitzer, Jackson Sapp, Diego Valverde, Nico Siqueiros, Wesley Hamilton, Caden Contra, Dylan Romero, and Joel Imagwu. And on the other side for C4 Cumbres, Diego Colunga, Victor Ortiz, Angel Rodriguez, Braulio Martinez, Luis Chavez, Jesus Barcena, Sebastian Gutierrez, Leonel Compion, Leo Garcia, Antonio Soto, and Eric Ramirez. Head coached by Arturo Herta. As the captains pose with the officials, our captain for Capital City is Jackson Sapp, and the captain for Cumbres is Leo Garcia. So here in the U16 boys final, we will have 40-minute halves. And if we are tied at the end of 80 minutes, we will go straight to PKs.
Doesn't get bigger than this for this young kids here, under 16, like you mentioned. You got a team from Austin traveling north to Dallas, and then you got a team from Monterrey, Mexico. Cumbres specifically, a suburb of Monterrey. Both here meet at Toyota Stadium. Both looking to raise that Dallas Cup trophy, go back home, make it a victorious road trip for both of them.
And Gil, you know Monterrey, and you also know DFW. What would you compare Cumbres as a suburb to in DFW?
I think, obviously, Monterrey, my hometown. I think Cumbres, I actually have a cousin and aunt that used to live there. I think they still live there, if I'm not mistaken. I think Cumbres is more, maybe I would say the Plano area is a suburb.
Okay,
you know,
okay, let's do that.
The Plano area of, I guess you can compare Cumbres to Plano, let's say.
The Plano of Monterrey on display here in the U16 boys final. Capital City will get us underway. We are off and rolling. Looking to crown our second champion of the day here in the U16 boys division.
And right off the bat, an aggressive Austin team looking for that long ball. We're going to see here in the next couple of minutes how they establish their game style, what type of style, I guess, yeah, style they look to display here on the field here for this final.
Working in the midfield, both sides now. Now Cumbres trying to work into their attacking third. That was Luis Chavez. Poked it out of play. And we'll do it again. Another throw in here for Capital City.
The weather way more favorable here for the teams here. No rain, wind slowed down a bit. So definitely more favorable for these players out here to be able to put that soccer style they have in display.
The pitch might be a little dense from the water that has accumulated over the course of the last 12 hours or so. But I don't see as much water kicking up from the cleats as we did in that first game, certainly in the first half of that first game. And Capital City working it to the right side and taking all the way out of play.
Yeah, Austin right there, the forward for them got caught in the offside. I guess an instinctive play there for the player from Austin, but not the smartest.
Free kick here for Cumbres, sent all the way through. Cumbres was in the final for the U15 boys division yesterday. They lost to their fellow Monterrey counterparts, Angeles Soccer Elite. Now with an opportunity here in the U16 boys division to take home a trophy south of the border.
And Capital City coming out here in just at least the first couple of minutes, a very direct, very upfront style of soccer with some through ball, some direct passes here, looking for those sidelines and eventually looking for that cross into the box. But a very direct style of soccer here early in the first half of this final.
Capital City in the white and blue tops, blue shorts, looking like Argentina, whereas Cumbres in the all black with the orange trim. It's a good look for both sides, good uniform game.
Yeah, I like the stripes. I like the orange and black is nice as well, but I like the stripes.
Capital City trying to win it in the midfield. Cleared out by Cumbres. And the first touch for Gavin Moraz, the goalkeeper for Capital City. And sent all the way through, back out to Diego Colunga, goalkeeper for Cumbres.
Both coaches so far pretty calm. Obviously, the game just started. Both of them pacing around their box, giving their players early instructions in this one, looking for them to make quick adjustments here. Just 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes into this U16 Dallas Cup final.
We talked about the road for C4 Cumbres to get here. We'll talk about the road for Capital City after this. This is a dangerous opportunity for Capital City, and it's converted by Nico Siqueiros. Capital City on the board first with a goal. Left all alone on the left side of the box and beat Diego Colunga.
Capital City here capitalizing their striker, gets the ball wide open on the through ball and finds the back of the net. Easy one-on-one for the forward. Very tough for the goalkeeper in this one as he's left all alone against the men with the ball. Capital City going up 1-0. A little bit under 5 minutes just into this one. Again, like we mentioned, a very direct style from Capital City from the beginning. They do just that in this through ball, and now they find themselves up early in this one, 1-0.
They scored 5 goals yesterday in the semifinal over Spartans FC out of Arizona. And quickly transitioning that offensive momentum here into the final with a 1-0 lead in the 5th minute via Nico Siqueiros.
And now we're going to see how Cumbres responds to this, what type of approach they take into this one now that they're down early. Obviously, you don't want to go down at all, but you got a bunch of time to play here in this first half and even the second half as well. So we're going to see how the club from Monterrey responds in this one. Are they going to be more direct? Are they going to look to try to take possession? Let's see what they're going to do here in order to respond to this early goal by Capital City.
Oh, this might be another opportunity for Capital City. Good job by that back line. Looked like Kelby Spitzer was trying to get out in front. Sent through. Good work in the midfield here so far by Capital City, being able to control possession. It allowed Nico Siqueiros to get out in front and find the back of the net. And he was confident with that strike too, almost put it through the net. There's Dylan Romero in the midfield. And one back by Leonel Compion. Compion working into the box, trying to find a teammate inside. Here's an opportunity and deflected out. Good job by Joshua Simoneau. But it will be a corner for Cumbres.
First real chance here for Cumbres. They get the through ball, as you see on the replay right here. And he takes the one touch, sets it up. A couple of touches, sets himself up, and finds the first corner of the game for Cumbres.
It'll be Brailo Martinez to take it. Good height on this corner. Still popping up into the air and then corralled by Gavin Mraz. And now quickly out in front, trying to get one on the counterattack. This is a good look and a great job in the midfield to avert that danger by Cumbres.
Yeah, good effective slide tackle right there by the Cumbres player to stop that momentum. As you mentioned, the counterattack here for Capital City looked like it was going to be dangerous for a bit, but that good slide tackle right there put everything to rest.
That was Sebastian Gutierrez who was able to slide and get that one out of play. Here's Cumbres, now back in their attacking third, trying to find an opportunity. They've had a couple of touches in the box so far. They don't seem too threatened by this 1-0 deficit at this point. Sent back in. Now cleared back out. And it seems that Capital City is more than content with allowing Cumbres to win this possession battle and try to find their chances on the counterattack. They've had a few good-looking counterattacks so far.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, we're yet to see if Capital City takes that approach of just sitting back. Now they're with the early lead. and let Cumbres do the majority of the work.
Here's an opportunity for Cumbres inside the box, just at the top of it. Trying to kick it back out. Now on that left side, it's an opportunity. Trying to cross in. And a couple of defenders in the area. Right back to Cumbres. And now cleared out. Good job there by Jackson Sapp, the captain. Cumbres shooting it from about 40 yards out. And Gavin Mraz able to easily control it.
Good response so far from Cumbres. The goal fell just a little bit under 5 minutes now, 10 minutes into this one, and they've taken their second shot in the last couple of minutes here. As you mentioned, 40 yards out, sees the goalie a bit off his line, and takes the shot. So you like that response.
A couple of bodies collide in right at the top of the box. Oh, whistle.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper might have gotten stepped on this one. The ref, they're talking to the player from Capital City.
It was Diego Valverde who got out in front for Capital City. And popped out of play. Throw in for Cumbres. Back and forth in the midfield here. Now riding that line, Cumbres with an opportunity here. Working back into the midfield and way too far out. It'll go out of play and a throw in for Capital City.
No chances so far for Capital City, or I should say dangerous chances. Since that first goal, they've had one chance they put down in the back of the net. Since then, Cumbres has found themselves on Capital City's half of the field, looking to equalize this one 1-1 early in the final of this U16 Dallas Cup tournament. I like the response from Cumbres so far. Austin, or Capital City from Austin, it's kind of looking like they're going to sit back, like you mentioned, and wait for those counterattacks, which, like we saw in the last game, can be effective. If you capitalize in those chances, doesn't matter how many chances you have, as long as you capitalize in them, could be an effective style of soccer.
Cumbres trying to find their attack. A push there, no whistle. The official was right in front of it. Capital City able to take possession, trying to get it down to Nico Viqueiros. Siqueiros has the lone goal so far, working into the box. Nice little touch out in front, a good look, and an opportunity for Diego Valverde. A better job by Diego Colunga to corral it. That was a great job by Nico Siqueiros. Look at that touch inside.
Yeah, once again, he takes it down the makes the right pass, finds his teammate wide open in the middle. That one, I'm sure he was looking to kick it to the one of the other side, but gives it to the goalkeeper, and he makes the incredible save.
There's another look for Nico Siqueiros. Working from this left side, he's going to take the shot himself. Deflected twice, and then finally corralled by Colunga. That was dangerous.
And just when we were giving Cumbres some credit, Capital City steps up here. 2 chances in the last couple of minutes, both of them led by Siqueiros right here. This one, he takes the shot himself and almost finds the back of the net.
Now here's Cumbres down on the other side, trying to find the back of the net. Good job by Capital City to recover, and then controlled by Mraz. High pace and intense action here over the last 90 seconds.
Yeah, very, very dangerous chances for both teams here already. Both of them looking, Capital City looking to take the 2-0 lead, and Cumbres looking to equalize this one. Both teams putting their game style in display here and being effective so far for both creating dangerous chances. Cumbres already with one player on the sideline warming up. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. I'm not sure if one of the players on the field may be a little bit touched up.
Capital City working into their third. Good job to get out of traffic there. Here's Siqueiros in the middle. Siqueiros has been so good on ball here so far. The danger has not been averted. It's an opportunity for Capital City. It was deflected. Now a couple bodies hit the grass. Ball going back and forth right at the top of the box. Capital City able to hold on to possession, and then that was just brief before Cumbres back on ball. And now a whistle. It'll go over to Cumbres.
And you can just feel how dangerous Siqueiros is once he gets the ball around the box. Even the people here in the stands, they get up as soon as he gets the ball around the Cumbres 18-yard box. Now we know that it's going to be something for sure dangerous for the number 9 here out of Capital City.
And here's a good-looking opportunity for Cumbres. Still with possession. Trying to get it inside. That back line of Capital City's done a good job of alleviating any threat. Possession remaining on this side. Jesus Barcena sends it in. It's a bit too far. It'll go out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, and so far I like what the center backs for Capital City are doing. We have Joshua Simeon and Jackson Sapp who are communicating well. One of them steps up, the other one stays back to kind of mark those strikers for Cumbres. And right now, staying organized in the back line, and especially when Cumbres is on the attack, those two center backs seems to be in tune.
They're trying to get it up ahead for Capital City. This is Gabriel Gallegos who takes a fall. It'll go out of play. Here's another look at it. It's a nice tackle. From Cumbres. Into the 16th minute now. We'll play 40-minute halves here in this U16 boys division. Now kick deep, trying to get it before it goes out of play, able to do so. Keeping it in play just on the edge of the box. Now Cumbres able to win possession back. And a good job to cut him off there in the midfield by Jackson Sapp. And a throw in for Cumbres right around midfield.
Those numbers for Cumbres, man, I don't know if it's just me, but seem to a little hard from our point of view to see. Even I'm not sure for you.
I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you there.
I would want to take I would like to take my comment back on the uniforms at least, but that's just me now being picky here. What is it? 15, 16 minutes into the game, the numbers of the Cumbres are definitely hard to see.
At least it's not raining anymore. We don't have anything in our way. Nico Siqueiros tried to keep it in play. That already went out. Throw in for Cumbres. And that's Sebastian Gutierrez that'll throw it in. And headed out of play. Gabriel Gallegos. Thrown back in. Here for Cumbres. Trying to find just a little bit of room. And they're attacking third. Haven't been able to do so just yet. Capital City's done a good job of remaining firm. Now working into the corner. It'll be a goal kick. Good job by Gabriel Gallegos to guide that one out of bounds.
Yeah, good effective defensive play here by Capital City. When you had all but the goalkeeper from Cumbres on your side of the field, Capital City able to defend this one, and now they get the goal kick. Let's see what they do with it, if they try to keep possession or just play the long ball and split this one into a 50-50 ball, which I think it's what they're going to do.
Oh, and this one might be offside. It will be. The flag is up.
Ooh, that one. I'm not
It was close.
It was close, yes. Not 100% sure about it. It looked like, I feel like the Capital City player might have stepped back and been onside, but there's a reason why the ref is the ref and I'm up here.
Hey, you're the one that said you couldn't see the numbers. How did you see that offside? Huh? Cumbres sending it into the midfield at the top of the box. Able to hold on to possession. Sending it in, an opportunity. It was a touch in the box for Luis Chavez. Couldn't get a whole lot on it, and it rolls out of play. If you're Cumbres, you have to like that you at least had a touch there, but from about 15 yards away.
Yeah, another chance here for Cumbres looking to get that equalizer. 20 minutes into this one, they are down 1-0 to Capital City. And Cumbres slowly but surely are getting their chances up, and they're knocking on the door.
Jackson Sapp doing a good job. We've said his name a few times on that back line for Capital City. Makes sense why he's the captain of this unit. And that one's out of play, guided out of play. Maybe a goal kick once again.
Yeah, that one, the Cumbres winger, just a bit too much on that touch. Looking to get that space to be able to cross it in, puts too much into it. And now Capital City with yet another goal kick.
One back in the midfield by Cumbres. Looking for a handball. Wasn't called. Sent into the middle. Headed out by Capital City, and then now up to Nico Siqueiros. Oh, great job there. Keep it in play, and that'll actually be a foul. As Dylan Romero fell to the grass.
Yeah, that one, I think, player from Cumbres just a bit late. The ref talking with him. And like you mentioned, Romero getting the bad end of the stick in this one, gets touched up, but fortunately he's up. And now Capital City with the ball looking to build something up here to get their second goal in this one.
Sent through to Siqueiros. He has the lone goal so far. Oh, it's sent through all the way to the other side. What a great pass. An opportunity now here in the box. Here's Siqueiros right in front of the goalie. That'll go in 10 times out of 10 for Nico Siqueiros. Goal number 2 for Capital City and goal number 2 for number 9.
What a play by Siqueiros again. He makes the pass to the player that was onside, opens it up wide to his teammate. His teammate returns the favor, finds him wide open. Like you mentioned, that one's going in 10 times out of 10 for Nico Siqueiros. Second goal of the day for the young striker out of Capital City. And now Cumbres finds himself down 2-0 with 22 minutes, just 22 minutes into this one.
Yeah, I think we have an early man of the match candidate right here, Nico Siqueiros. Whenever he is on the ball, he is making plays happen, whether it be for others or for himself, at least to this point.
And this one tough for Cumbres because it seemed like they were slowly but surely gaining momentum, making those chances and producing just somewhat effective soccer here and establishing their soccer style. And this one looking for what could have been the equalizer. And just when you're playing the best, Nico Siqueiros strikes and makes this one 2-0. A 2-goal lead that many define as the most dangerous lead here in soccer because it's obviously you get a 2-goal cushion, but 1 goal puts your rival right into the game.
Now Cumbres trying to get one back, but great defense work from Gabriel Gallegos. Put it out of play. Quickly thrown in for Cumbres. Cumbres trying to get one back before the halftime break. They have 17 minutes to do so. Couldn't keep that one in play. It'll be a goal kick now for Gavin Mraz.
Gallegos, it sounded a fan favorite here when he made that play. A lot of people in the stands got up and clapped for him. I'm sure they were clapping for the entire team of Capital City, but mainly him. Once again, Capital City with possession building up in this one.
Oh, and here's another opportunity for Capital City if they can run out in front of it. But a good job to poke it over to Diego Colunga.
I like what the squad of Coach Dustin Bill is doing. 1 or 2 touches, and they're moving forward. They're wasting no time and looking for that dangerous play that could get them the 3rd goal. Cumbres here with the corner kick. But Capital City, despite being up 2-0, they take a couple of touches, and they're looking forward, looking to get that 3rd goal in this one.
Good height on this corner. Bounces a couple times in the 6-yard box. Still hasn't been cleared. Jackson Sapp and a couple of Capital City defenders circling around and able to escort it out of play. And another goal kick for Gavin Mraz.
Coach Arturo Huerta of Cumbres is saying something he doesn't like, as he has one player. It looks like one is already warming up and the other one is ready to step in. They're giving him some quick instructions in this one. Just 25 minutes into this U16 Dallas Cup final. Cumbres is going to look to make some quick adjustments and try to get themselves back in this one.
It'll be a throw in here in the attacking third for Capital City. Trying to find a 3-goal lead. Nice little kickback here. Siqueiros working inside. A couple of one-touch passing and cleared out by Cumbres. Could Cumbres find something here on the counter? They cannot. Good job once again by Gabriel Gallegos. This back line for Capital City, while Nico Siqueiros is the reason they're up 2-0, this back line has to be given a lot of credit as well. We've mentioned Gabriel Gallegos and Jackson Sapp quite a bit. Also Joshua Simoneau and Wesley Hamilton doing a good job as well.
Yeah, the back line, all 4 of them, but specifically those 2 players in the middle, that duo is staying very organized, making sure they get the right man, and they're stepping up right here when a Cumbres team is looking for their 1st goal of this one.
Here, Siqueiros back out on the run, trying to find a teammate in the middle. He was trying to fit that one into a tight window, almost was able to do so, and cleared out.
Yeah, that one right there, the play you want your players to make if you're the head coach for Capital City. That was a smart play. It was a through ball there from Siqueiros, looking for his teammate in the box. Cumbres able to step in front of that one. But now Capital City with their 1st corner of the game.
Siqueiros sends it in. It's a good shot opportunity. And headed out of play, deflected. We'll do it again. And the man for Cumbres is down. Looked like a couple of heads may have banged into each other. Let's take another look at it. Siqueiros, good height on it. It was just simply headed out of play. There's another opportunity now inside the box, and it's a chip-in goal. Goal number 3 for Capital City. It was assisted by Kelby Spitzer inside to Diego Valverde.
Yeah, I think the back line of Cumbres just kind of slipped on the men behind. And if you see right here, they leave him wide open. He's able to put this one in. Capital City takes the lead. A frustrated goalkeeper from Cumbres asking for the offside. It's not going to get it. Capital City out of Austin takes the 3-0 lead just a little bit under 30 minutes into this U16 Dallas Cup final.
What a great job there by that attacking front for Capital City. It was Nico Siqueiros who sent it in. Kelby Spitzer with the perfect touch right into the lap of Diego Valverde. And it's a 3-0 lead for the team out of Austin, Texas, Capital City. in firm control of this U16 boys final.
Yeah, and this one can turn ugly quick for Cumbres if they don't make a quick adjustment or if they don't respond in this one. Already down 3-0 in a final. Definitely not the start the team out of Monterrey wanted. They're going to have to respond quick, and they're going to have to do it now if they want to stay in this one and if they're going to want a chance to fight for the trophy. Did you see that FIFA celebration?
Yes,
yeah.
yep. Oh, that's a good ball inside, but it's cut off.
Oh.
And sent over to Diego Colunga. Nico Siqueiros wins it with a header around midfield. Siqueiros looking for help. He's just going to send it all the way back. Jackson Sapp sending it through, trying to get it to a teammate. Has an opportunity, tried to head it over Diego Colunga as Diego Valverde was trying to run it down.
Yeah, I think Valverde, as you see on the replay, got the friendly bounce, bounces backwards, able to header this one, but not enough to go over the goalkeeper and what could have been the 4th goal of this one.
Oh, and this could be another really good look here. Kelby Spitzer trying to get out in front. Spitzer trying to find a shot. He finds one and could not find the net. Sent it just wide left.
Spitzer looking for a goal of his own. Good play by him. Cuts back on the defender, or gets the bounce back, I should say. Able to win this one. Just wide right of the goal of Cumbres.
And the scoring chances are coming aplenty for Capital City at the moment. Cumbres just trying to reel and finds a chance of their own. Here's Nico Siqueiros. No whistle. Continue play here. And Colunga trying to run it down. Able to do so and clear it out toward midfield. I'd have to assume you see some changes on that back line for Cumbres sooner rather than later. No one warming up just yet.
Yeah, it seemed like before the 3rd goal, before Capital City scored the 3rd goal, it seemed like Cumbres was going to make some adjustments. I think that 3rd goal kind of put all of that into pause for a bit, and maybe the coach is just thinking of things he can do to help his team come back alive in this one as they're down big early in this final, looking for something, looking for a bit of life. A goal can very well give them that.
And a whistle there, a little too much contact right at the top of the box from Cumbres. It'll go back over to Capital City. Now back out in front, trying to get out and run it down. Now here's Diego Valverde with some room in front. He's got a couple of defenders and one able to clear it away. Good job from Jesus Barcena.
Yeah, and I think the problem right now Cumbres is running into is that they're, even with the players' body language, they seem to be wanting to get all back at once and forgetting that they got to get the first one in order to get the second or possibly the third, and they're trying to get them all back at once. Some players not even fully dropping back to help defend, and that's the result right here, a Capital City corner kick, even when they're up 3-0.
Siqueiros was able to find a teammate last time around, and the flag is up after the corner, the rare corner offside.
Yeah, I don't think he was able to put it back in play, just straight up send this one.
Oh, that's all it was, yep.
Yeah.
Cumbres trying to send one through and just find a little bit of room. This first half dominated by the boys out of Austin and Capital City. Trying to work inside the box. Diego Valverde. Cumbres wins it back right around midfield. Riding this near side. Leonel Campion. Now an opportunity at the top of the box. Can they get a shot opportunity? And there's a whistle. As there was contact made on Braulio Martinez. Caden Contra whistled for the foul.
Yeah, I think Contra a little late on that one and might have clipped Braulio there out of Cumbres, and now Cumbres with the dangerous free kick in this one. Let's see if he can find the back of the net, if he can find a corner to put or fit this one into.
It's a dangerous spot from about 25 yards away.
Gavin Miraz, the goalie out of Capital City, not the biggest goalkeeper, so definitely look to get it over the wall and just over him if you're Cumbres in this one.
Little chip over, and it goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, that one. Got it over the wall. Wasn't able to put a lot of force into it, and not a problem at all for the goalkeeper out of Capital City, Gavin Miraz.
Arguably the best chance that Cumbres has had here in this one. And just sent to the right side of the goal. There's another look at it. Less than 5 minutes to go here in this first half, plus stoppage time.
40-minute halves for this one.
Couldn't keep that one in play. Be a throw in for Capital City.
And if you're Cumbres, if you're head coach Arturo Huerta, you go into the locker room looking to spark up your team, looking for a quick goal here in the second half. If they can't get one right here.
That's a chip there from just outside the box from Leonel Campion. Easily corralled by Miraz. Now Gavin Miraz calling his team to move upfield. And he sends it deep into his half. Here's an opportunity. Valverde and Siqueiros working together. Siqueiros working back into the midfield. Now right back to Spitzer. Spitzer trying to work through. Spitzer able. Great dribbling moves from Gavin Spitzer, or Kelby Spitzer, excuse me, and sent the shot just wide left. Kelby Spitzer's been hunting down that back of the net. You would have to think he's going to get one before long.
Yeah, he really wanted this one. What a play by him. The self-pass, getting the defender, and he had a teammate wide open in the middle. And I'm for sure that could have been the fourth goal of this one, but decides to take it himself and just a little bit wide right. And if you're Capital City on the other side going into the locker room, I would assume you're happy as a head coach. You're looking for your 11 players to keep doing the same thing, getting the ball, playing the possession. You're up 3-0. You keep doing the same, staying disciplined in the back line, which they have been doing, not letting Cumbres get the little things and looking for those counterattacks that could get another goal in this one.
Put out of play. Be a throw in for Capital City. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in this first half. There's a foul. Go against Capital City, say for Cumbres. Be able to get a free kick. Maybe set up some structure here to try to get some touches in the box. They've been hard to come by for the squad out of Monterrey here in this first half.
one goal late here in this first half for Cumbres could give them the spark that they need going into the half. And that would make the task so much easier now that you would only need 2 goals in the second.
Good height into the box. It was headed away. No one was home for Cumbres. And now Gavin Mraz is trying to run it down, now trying to run back into the box. Can he get there in time? Mraz back in goal. Still hasn't been cleared by Capital City. Now working back into the corner for Cumbres, and the flag is up.
That one not the smartest play by the goalkeeper out of Capital City. Gavin Mraz going out of his line and going way into the right corner. It's got a bit off, but Cumbres not able to take advantage of this one. And Capital City keeps their goal untouched.
It got a little dangerous there, but Mraz and company able to keep that goose egg on the scoreboard. Now cross inside for Capital City, no one home. And here's Valverde. And save for Cumbres, trying to get out in front. Final moments here of the first half. Oh, and a good tackle there in the midfield area. Now sent through over to Nico Siqueiros. Siqueiros able to get there. Anytime he has the ball in his possession, it is a show. That time he's not able to find a shot close to goal. Just 1 minute of stoppage time here in the first half. 60 seconds to go. Here's another look at that shot from Siqueiros. Now back and forth here in the midfield area. And Capital City maybe trying to hunt down one more chance here in the first half, trying to squeeze it through that back line. Couldn't quite do so. Spitzer able to come back up with it. And Kelby Spitzer loses it. Back over to Seifor Cumbres.
Oh, no.
There's a whistle. A little too much contact. Free kick for Cumbres.
I like what Capital City's doing.
And that'll be the end of the first half. There's the whistle. A 3-0 advantage for Capital City. 2 goals from Nico Siqueiros, and then a corner from Siqueiros ends in a goal for Diego Valverde in the 28th minute. It is all Capital City, the boys from Austin, hunting down a U16 Boys Dallas Cup Championship. We'll be right back with some halftime highlights in the second half here momentarily from Toyota Stadium here in Frisco.
It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong woman stumbles, or where the doer or deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the woman who is actually in the arena, so that her place shall never be with those cold and timid souls, who knew neither victory nor defeat.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata Deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Whataburger's Bacon Steakhouse Double. Do you need it or do you want it? Do you need creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon? Or do you want creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon? And want even is a want if we want the want so badly that the want becomes a need. How should I know? I just pushed the card. Enjoy your burger.
Creamy, crispy, crunchy.
The Whataburger Bacon Steakhouse Double is back. Download the app.
Our roots in this game run deep. We've been here, hydrating the grind with 50% more electrolytes. But it's time to raise the bar. This is our game, my game, your game, the beautiful game. From the ground up, we power soccer.
Welcome in, America. The Premier League season awaits.
A glorious finish by Saka.
At this stage, anything is possible.
Can Liverpool run it back-to-back?
Don't forget about Chelsea.
The Gunners are stacked.
Don't count out United.
Watch out for City. This is truly anyone's season. So no matter who you're cheering for or where you're at, this year's gonna be epic. You'll fit right in.
The good news was our house sold fast. The bad news was our house sold fast. We were pretty shocked and overwhelmed. What should I do with my stuff? Should I put it in a storage unit? And that's when my daughter said, there's this company called Pods.
They bring the container, you fill the container, and they take the Pods container and put it in a secure place. It was a complete sense of security, knowing that our stuff is safe.
I would definitely recommend moving with Pods.
Welcome back into Toyota Stadium. Halftime here of the U16 boys final between Capital City and C4 Cumbres. Capital City, the team out of Austin, with a 3-0 advantage. That is a flurry of goals in the game's first 28 minutes. We'll take a look at each of them. Nico Siqueiros has been the man for Capital City, Gil.
Yeah, I mean, every time, like you mentioned, every time he gets the ball near the 18-yard box is dangerous. We saw the first goal there. One-on-one against the goalkeeper, no chance for the keeper. And Cumbres finds the back of the net. Nico Siqueiros playing a key role for the boys out of Austin, like you said. And here's the second goal. Again, making the play himself. Goalkeeper not able to handle it.
Yeah, the first goal was in the 5th minute for Nico Siqueiros. That one in the 22nd minute. And it was just a good find there from Spitzer to see Siqueiros closing in the midfield area. And then it was Siqueiros on the corner. It got all the way back to Spitzer. And Spitzer with his second assist being able to find Diego Valverde right in front of the goalkeeper. And that's what gave them a 3-0 advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the top three guys in the lineup for Capital City have been dangerous from the beginning, from minute 1 all the way to the 40th minute in this first half. And that's what has them in the lead right now, 3-0 against Cumbres. Siqueiros right there, the big 3, Spitzer, and the striker number 7, Diego Valverde. All 3 of them playing key roles, each and every one of them in those 3 goals in the first half. And they're only 40 minutes away now, Nick, from hoisting this Dallas Cup trophy and taking it back to Austin, Texas.
Can Capital City take that gold trophy down I-35? Or will C4 Cumbres come out with a big flurry and a big comeback here in the second half? We'll have the second half for you just after this here in the Dallas Cup at Toyota Stadium.
Our roots in this game run deep. We've been here, hydrating the grind with 50% more electrolytes. But it's time to raise the bar. This is our game, my game, your game, the beautiful game. From the ground up, we power soccer.
It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong woman stumbles, or where the doer or deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the woman who is actually in the arena, so that her place shall never be with those cold and timid souls, who knew neither victory nor defeat.
The good news was our house sold fast. The bad news was our house sold fast. We were pretty shocked and overwhelmed. What should I do with my stuff? Should I put it in a storage unit? And that's when my daughter said, there's this company called Pods.
They bring the container, you fill the container, and they take the pods container and put it in a secure place. It was a complete sense of security, knowing that our stuff is safe.
I would definitely recommend moving with Pods.
Welcome back into Toyota Stadium, the site of the Dallas Cup Finals throughout the course of this weekend. As of right now, it's the U16 boys final, getting ready for the second half between Capital City and C4 Cumbres. As Capital City way out in front with a 3-0 advantage, trying to close out a cup win here in what was formerly a rainy Toyota Stadium, but now the rain has cleared out. Still got some clouds overhead. Hopefully the showers are done for today. But the shower of goals was just beginning for Capital City in that first half, Gil.
Yeah, dream start for the boys out of Austin here, going up 3-0 in this first half. Like we've mentioned, the name Nico Siqueiros playing a big role in his team's success. And on the other side, you have a nightmare star for Cumbres, who's down 3-0. They're going to try to look to get one back early to put them back into this one. But like we've mentioned, the soccer style that Capital City presented from minute one was a pretty direct style, and that obviously paid off here, has them up 3-0 here against Cumbres. Cumbres, a team that likes, from what we saw in the first 40 minutes, likes to keep possession, likes to build up slow. This one, though, is going to have to change a little bit if they're going to want to get back into the game, because they need the goals, and they need them now, Nick.
Yeah, no substitutions here to start off the second half for either squad. Flip sides and get us rolling here for the final 40 minutes. If C4 Cumbres is somehow able to close the gap and tie this one up in 40 minutes, we will go straight to PKs, no extra time, but a lot of work to be done by C4 Cumbres to get to that point. Cumbres will get us started. Diego Valverde trying to run it down upfield for Capital City. Sent into the Cumbres half, back over to the Capital City half. Cumbres trying to push here from the right side. Might be an opportunity to attack, working along that boundary, and it'll be a corner opportunity for C4 Cumbres.
Cumbres coming into this second half aggressive, just a little bit over 40 seconds into this one. They get the first corner kick of the second half, looking for their first goal in this final, and it's something they're going to have to get and get fast if they want to stay in this one.
Header inside, couple of bounces inside of the 6-yard box and then cleared out by Capital City. No one was home for Cumbres. That could have been a great opportunity.
Yeah, that one, if you're Capital City, you kind of held your breath in for a second because that ball was kind of just lingering there in the box. Fortunately for them and unfortunately for Cumbres, no one was able to get a touch on it, and this one stays the same 3-0. But again, Cumbres coming into this one, this second half aggressive, knowing that they're, I guess, fighting uphill, you can say, and knowing that they need goals and they need them quick, and they're doing just that, which is looking for the goals. Let's see if it turns out that way.
Working along this corner, Be another throw in here for Cumbres. Eric Ramirez to throw it in all the way into the box. And trying to take a shot, took an immediate deflection right back to Cumbres. It's just so hard to find any room to get past that back line of Capital City. They've done such a good job standing tall. Now here's Capital City with a throw in. Trying to find some room. Here's Valverde. Valverde out in front, trying to get into the box. He's going to take a shot with his left foot and deflected. Good job by Diego Colunga to get a leg on it. And now back down the other side. And cleared out by Miraz.
Yeah, that one right there. Dangerous opportunity by Capital City. As we mentioned here at halftime, you don't want Valverde, Spitzer, or Siqueiros getting the ball at all if you're Cumbres, because we know how dangerous one of those three can be. Even when they're by themselves, like we just saw here, that one, a close one and a tough task for the goalkeeper out of Cumbres, but he's able to handle it.
And taking a shot from way out. That was an opportunity potentially for Cumbres. That might be their best chance at trying to find a shot on goal. It's been tough to find him inside the box.
Yeah, I think if you're a player, you're looking for something, right? And he saw some space. He saw the goalie a little bit off his line, which from what we saw in the first half and what we're seeing right now, the goalkeeper, Miraz, not afraid to come off his line. So the Cumbres player saw that, and he took the chance. Obviously, a little bit too much on that one, but wouldn't surprise me if they keep trying it.
Now here's Nico Siqueiros. Siqueiros working inside the 6-yard box, and a good save there from Diego Colunga. Siqueiros tried to sneak it in to the left side of the goal, but it'll be a corner opportunity for Siqueiros instead.
Siqueiros finds himself wide open again on that sideline one more time, and I think that's something that Cumbres is going to have to fix if they want to stay in this one. It's not forgetting about Siqueiros on the backside.
A good corner into the box. Here's Spitzer. He works it all the way back to Siqueiros. And it's going to be offside anyway. Into the 45th minute. Cumbres just trying to find any sort of attack at this point to get the goose egg off the scoreboard. Cleared out by Jackson Sapp in the midfield. Controlled by Cumbres. Pushing upfield now. Oh, good work there in the box from Cumbres. And it's going to be a corner. It looks like some Cumbres fans were maybe pleading for a handball. I don't think it ever did touch his hand.
Yeah, I think they were looking for that handball from Sapp, but I want to say it might have hit his face. And now Cumbres finds himself with yet another corner, this time on the other side, looking for the back of the net early in the second half.
Kicking it in. They've had a couple of good looks on corners so far, and it was a shot opportunity. And it goes wide of the goal. That was Christopher Gabriel Lorela. Now working back in the midfield, Siqueiros has it poked out.
Good start here to the second half in this U16 Dallas Cup final. Out of both teams, not only Cumbres, who's down and obviously needs the goals, but also Capital City, who's up 3-0, and yet they're looking for their fourth one of this one.
That back line headed out. Diego Colunga. Kalunga sends it back deep. Now sitting wide here to Antonio Soto. Soto sending it into the middle. Now back into the box here. Here's Soto back into the box and couldn't find a healthy touch. Now Valverde trying to work along the other side for Capital City, and a lot of pushing and tugging and a lot of pushing here. And a whistle goes against Valverde.
Yeah, I think a little bit of Jersey pulling from both sides, but obviously Valverde looking for that advantage. He was the one, as you see on the replay, that started it all, looking for that one-on-one chance, but now it's Cumbres here on the left wing.
It's Gabriel Larea working it inside. Cumbres has had a few touches inside the box over the last 5 minutes or so. Still looking for that breakthrough. There's Nico Siqueiros fouled. Maybe a free kick for Capital City.
Capital City's back line of 4 again, like we mentioned in the first half, staying disciplined here in this second half. And as you mentioned, Cumbres, they found themselves on the attacking side for a majority of this second half, but that back line of Capital City standing tall and not allowing anything too dangerous to go by.
Now Capital City back with possession. On a slip in the middle of the field there. This field is still a bit slick from the rain we've gotten throughout the day. Or throughout the morning, rather. Cleared out of play. It'll be a throw in for Capital City. Still in firm control with a 3-0 lead in the 49th minute. The goals coming courtesy of Nico Siqueiros in the 5th and 22nd minutes. And then the third from Valverde in the 28th minute. And now here's Valverde once again looking for his second goal. He's going to get it past Diego Colunga, but it was to the left of the goalpost. And Cumbres got away with one there.
Valverde here beating Leonardo Garcia on this one. Gets the one-on-one chance, but a little too wide to the goalie's right. Is unable to find the back of the net here. But again, Capital City knocking at the door for their 4th goal.
Here's Spitzer now working it back. That's another good look here for Valverde. Trying to get into the box. Valverde leaving it off for Spitzer. Here's Siqueiros leaving it back. A lot of Capital City jerseys in the box right here, and this is going to be a penalty. Too much contact against Joel Emegu.
Yeah, what a play here. As the players you see on your screen going back and forth on who's going to take it, and I think it's going to be the guy who got the foul in number 98, Emegu, who's going to be able to take this one. Siqueiros still pleading for the penalty. Let's look at the replay right here. Gives it. He's going to fake and just gets enough contact there inside the box to get the penalty.
Looks like Siqueiros is going to win the battle.
He wants his third. He wants the hat trick.
He wants the hat trick. Emegu he's throwing his hands up like, hey, man, why can't I get it? Coach Dustin Beal leaves it for Nico Siqueiros.
This one right here could put it away for Capital City.
Siqueiros hunting down the hat trick. He had one in the 5th minute. He had another in the 22nd minute. Oh, it's saved by Diego Colunga. What a job by the goalkeeper for Cumbres.
Diego Colunga guessing right on this one. Siqueiros goes down low to the right, and the goalkeeper is just there. And this could be what gives Cumbres the spark as they are on the counterattack right now.
And you think Joel Emegu was like, hey, why couldn't I get that opportunity?
Yeah, if you're Siqueiros, you kind of have to feel for your teammate. He wanted that PK, and you take it and obviously are not successful.
Here's a shot here, deflected out. And guided all the way out of play. It'll be a corner for Cumbres. What a save from Colunga. It hasn't been a strong day for the young goalkeeper out of Monterrey. But that was a highlight for him.
Yeah, and it was honestly a low and hard shot there from Siqueiros, but again, the goalkeeper guesses right, and he's able to block this one.
Corner from Cumbres. They've had a couple of good-looking corners so far. Mraz comes out deep. Now one player for each side is down on the grass right now. No stop play for now. It'll be a free kick over to Cumbres. Looks like the Capital City player might be a bit more hurt. That's the captain, Jackson Sapp. He's able to get back up to his feet. There's a lot of bodies that collided with each other on that corner. We're going to have a substitution here, the first one for both sides. As Diego Valverde will check out. He had the one goal earlier. And coming in for him will be Osmar James. Then on the other side for Cumbres, checking out is Romario Herrera. Or I'm sorry, going into the game is Romario Herrera.
Yeah, both teams here in this one making some adjustments. The clock here being the #1 enemy for Cumbres. As it's they're slowly running out of time here, looking for 3 goals to equalize this one. Capital City could have had a 4-goal lead, but they missed the PK here just a couple of minutes ago.
Now here's Siqueiros trying to work it inside to Spitzer. Couldn't quite. Cumbres working it on that far side.
Nice play.
And opportunity here at the top of the box deflected. We've said that a lot when attacking that back line for Capital City. Awkward bounce there. Oh, and an opportunity here for Cumbres. Nice little cross inside. It was sent out of play. Maybe wanted that opportunity back.
Yeah, and that back line of Capital City is so disciplined, so tough to get by when it comes to Cumbres being outside of their box, and it's showing in the scoreboard. It's the reason why their net has been untouched for all of these 55 minutes so far. Cumbres still looking to crack through and make their first goal of the day.
Oh, and here's Siqueiros. He was out in front. Probably would have been offside, though. There's Colunga. Pushing it deeper out of the box. Now a shot from way out from the man who just entered the game in Romario Herrera. The shot from about 35 yards away, sent high of the goalpost.
Maybe their 3rd, 4th of the day here in terms of long shots there. Again, he looks up, peeks the goalie a little bit off his line, takes a chance, but yet another unsuccessful long shot for Cumbres in this one.
Possession going back and forth in the midfield area. And offside. Or excuse me, that was a foul. It'll be a quick free kick for Cumbres. Colunga sends it deep. And Siqueiros with a nice little back heel there to Caden Contra. Caden Contra puts it right into the hands of Colunga. But how about that back heel from Siqueiros?
Siqueiros looking to make up for that penalty kick that he missed. And this one-on-one right here, not the best finish by the Capital City player. The goalkeeper from Cumbres able to handle that one 2 times right there. And again, Capital City on the attack.
Here's an opportunity now for Capital City and deflected. Good piece of defending there from Leo Garcia, the captain for Cumbres. Joel Amegwu was looking for one.
That front three of Capital City just seems like they have the number down of the back line of Cumbres. Every time they get the ball, it's a dangerous one.
Looking for a handball, Cumbres was. The official didn't see it.
We got a couple of substitutions getting ready to happen, 2 for Capital City and 1 for Cumbres. And I think if you're Capital City, you're looking to get fresh legs into this one and finish off for what's left of the last 20 minutes in this U16 final.
Working into the middle of the field now. And a shot from way out. That was Caden Contra. Now an opportunity for these substitutions as Cooper Nelson and Camden Spitzer will check in for Capital City. And then for Cumbres, Alan Emmanuel Reyes checking in for Sebastian Gutierrez. Caden Contra will check out. And Kelby Spitzer will also check out for Capital City.
Game here a bit physical over the last 15 minutes. Not the worst fouls have been happening, but definitely a little chippy here from both sides.
Out of play there, and it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, and as the clock winds down, you're starting to see the body language in Cumbres players, just some of them walking with their head down a little, showing a little bit of disappointment. And rightfully so. I mean, you're down 20 minutes left in this final, and you're down 3 goals. You just can't seem to find the answers for Capital City. You can't break through their back line, and your back line, if you're Cumbres, can't decipher the attackers for Capital City. Tough morning here for Cumbres out of Monterrey.
And it's been an otherwise really successful week for them. 4-2 win over DKSC earlier this week. Here's an opportunity inside the box. Trying to push deeper inside. Trying to be headed across. Couldn't do so. And Mraz able to come up with it. And then a 2-1 win for Cumbres over the Dallas Texans. 4-1 over FC Deportivo Arizona. That was all in group play. And then in bracket play, 1-0 win over Roadrunners SC. And a 4-1 win over the Dallas Texans yesterday to get into this final. So 5 matches, 5 wins. But today ran into a powerhouse that Capital City has proved to be. Mraz sends it deep. Izquierdo's nice little touch inside. Here's a Magwu. Magwu. Over to the man who just checked in, Cooper Nelson, and Cooper Nelson was a bit too far ahead.
Yeah, Magwu seems to kind of got a little tangled up on that one. Took a bit too long and made the late pass, which resulted in an offside call there.
Cumbres working inside the box now, trying to find a goal to inch closer. Good job by Camden Spitzer over there. Less than 20 minutes remaining here in this U16 boys final. We had the U17 boys final just a moment ago as the FC Dallas Academy took a 4-1 win over FC Dallas ECNL. We'll have 4 girls finals to wrap up the day in the U18, 17, 16, and 19. divisions. And rain pushed us back by about an hour, so if you're looking at any start times that were scheduled, push it back about an hour. That should be what we're looking at the rest of the day. There's an opportunity for Cumbres now, working inside the box. From about 15 yards out and deflected by Jackson Sapp. And a body hits the grass for Cumbres just around the penalty spot. No whistle. They will continue play.
Yeah, frustrated Cumbres crowd here in the stands looking for that penalty call. And rightfully so. I mean, you get a penalty call against your team on the other box here a couple of minutes ago, and now you get a contact. So obviously they're going to want the call, but the referee doesn't agree with them and decides to keep the play going.
Here's a Magu over to Siqueiros. Siqueiros trying to run down inside the box. Beats his man there, Siqueiros. And good defending at the last moment from Leo Garcia. It'll be a corner for Capital City.
Yeah, Siqueiros again getting past Garcia, but Garcia able to recover in that one and goes to his last resort, which is a slide tackle, ends up working out for them. However, Capital City with yet another corner that could be dangerous and could end up in their fourth goal of the day.
It'll be a different man to take it this time. Siqueiros will hover inside the 6-yard box. This corner will be taken by Dylan Romero. Romero sent it in. And headed through. No real threat there from Capital City. We have some substitutions being made now. As checking out, for say for Cumbres will be Eric Ramirez, and checking in will be Mauricio Alvarez. And then for the other side of Capital City, checking out is Joel Amagwu, and checking in is Christian Ledesma.
Amagwu not the happiest coming out. A couple of coaches looking to talk to him, but obviously not the happiest. We saw the penalty kick being taken away from him, and he goes straight to the bench, looking a bit disappointed despite his team being up 3-0 as we see Cumbres here on the attack.
And easily corralled there by Mraz.
Obviously not what you want to see, but you gotta feel for the young player in a final, in a professional stadium. You get the penalty, a teammate takes it from you, and your teammate unable to capitalize on that. Obviously, you're going to be frustrated.
He's like, it should be 4-0. Here's an opportunity again inside the box for Capital City, trying to get it through. Good job by Leo Garcia. Spitzer would have had a point-blank shot at it. 15 minutes remain. And cleared out of play. It'll be a throw in for Cumbres. Cumbres playing with a bit more pace here in the second half and a bit more control on the defensive end. There have been some opportunities for Capital City, but they've been able. Oh, and there's a goal opportunity for Cumbres. What a mistake from Capital City. And what looked to be a clearing opportunity gave Cumbres a point-blank shot and a goal for the boys from Monterrey.
Yeah, Cumbres right there, able to capitalize and finally break through that line. They get a sharp cross in the box, doesn't think twice, and puts it in the back of the net. This could be the spark that Cumbres gets here with just a bit over 15 minutes left in this one.
Sometimes it's about being in the right spot at the right time. Victor Ortiz was the man that time. And Cumbres is on the board here in the 66th minute. Now an opportunity here for Capital City from just outside the box, and a good job by Kalunga.
And all the momentum now on the side of Cumbres. Nick, if they get this second goal, this one could be pretty interesting.
Oh, and here's an opportunity potentially inside the box. Chipped inside. There was no teammate that was able to help cross it in. It'll stay on this side of the field, though. You can feel this Cumbres crowd coming back to life. Oh, some good work on the ball there from Cumbres. And now a corner opportunity. If Cumbres is going to make a monumental comeback, this has to be the time.
And we're seeing head coach out of Capital City, Dustin Bill, talk to his assistant coach for answers.
Cross inside, didn't have a lot of height on it. It'll stay on this side of the field. Let's see, Queros couldn't control it. And now over to Capital City. Capital City just looking to slow it down a minute.
And this is the game Cumbres wants to play, especially being down 2 goals here with a little bit over 10 minutes left in this one. You want to be able to have those spaces around the field and find your man, especially in some counterattack type of situations. As we mentioned, that back line of Capital City, very, very tough to break through. They just did, and they're going to look to do it again here twice. They need to break through it twice in order to stay alive in this one.
Now put out a play to be a throw in for Cumbres. Quickly into the box. Sent ahead, and Mraz able to control it. Good job, though, by Victor Ortiz to try to find something there in the box.
And this is where, if you're Capital City, you look to play it slowly, take your time, do the smart thing, and not make simple mistakes that could cost another goal. If you're Cumbres, obviously you've been knowing since the third goal fell that you're fighting against the clock as well. So if you're Capital City, you got to take advantage of that. And like you mentioned earlier, look to slow it down and look to kind of freeze everything for a little bit and let the momentum go back to your side.
There's Cumbres. Leo Garcia was able to cut off the pass there on the defensive end. Now back on the offensive. Trying to beat his man to the spot there. That's going to be a corner for Cumbres.
It's now or never for Cumbres here in this corner. They get one. It could put them in a good spot with 10 minutes left. So for the club out of Monterrey, they know that, and they're going to try to capitalize in this one.
This one's sent to the top of the box. Heavy first touch. Now sent inside and corralled by Mraz as Ortiz was closing in.
Here come Capital City on the counterattack, which is the style that obviously is going to work for them right now, as they're going to try to focus more on defending and not giving up another goal and only attacking when you're given the opportunity. Foul there by the striker out of Capital City in Siqueiros.
Another substitution coming in for Cumbres. Checking out is Rauilo Martinez. Checking in is Ethan Alejandro Acosta. Now here we go. Cumbres trying to find a shot off the post, still in trouble, deflected up and out. What a great job by Gavin Mraz. Still hasn't been cleared. Cumbres trying to find another shot on goal, can't find it, and cleared out by Capital City. What a job by the boys from Austin.
What a sequence there for both teams. On one side unlucky, on the other one pretty lucky. If you're Cumbres there, you were so close to getting the second goal, yet they're still trying. That one hit the pole. And even one of their players went down in the box. They were asking for the penalty, but obviously not given.
You can feel the momentum on the side of Cumbres right now. Ortiz from 30 yards out sends it high. And Capital City It's out of danger for now. Capital City will go ahead and make a change. Nico Siqueiros will come out with his 2 goals on the day. And checking in will be Giovanni Sotelo.
Yeah, Capital City looking to get fresh legs into this one. And I think the sole purpose of this substitution is to get fresh legs and to kind of ramp up that pressure from Capital City on Cumbres, especially when they have the ball and when they're looking to build up. Right now, if you're Capital City, that's exactly what you need. You need to step on them quick, and you need to be able to force them for them to get rid of the ball quickly and not make smart decisions.
It's now 5 subs for Capital City. They'll have 1 more here in the final 8 minutes.
Cumbres are showing some fight until the very end, looking for a goal. And that could put them back into this one with a little bit over 8 minutes left, like Nick just mentioned. It could be a good one if they find the back of the net one more time.
You have to think about that opportunity they had that clanked off the post. If this was a 3-2 game right now, it'd be a lot different. Opportunity at the top of the box, trying to control possession. Getting inside is Christopher Gabriel Lorea. Put out of play. It'll be a corner for Cumbres.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Cumbres maybe take a different approach here in this corner. I'm not sure. You've tried the crosses. It hasn't worked. Obviously, the back line of Capital City is they got taller players, so of course the ball in the air maybe not as successful.
Here's Cumbres, nice height on this opportunity, headed in. There was an opportunity for Victor Ortiz right in front of the goal and unable to take advantage.
Just when I said that, obviously they get a clear header in this one. It went past everyone, seems like, and yeah, the goalkeeper, Mirage, just mistimed that one. Could have been very dangerous.
And Ortiz just couldn't get a lot of power on that header, and it popped right up into the air. Oh, was that offside for Capital City? No, they will keep the flag down. Oh, an opportunity now right in front of the goal. Good job by Kalunga. It'll stay in play. A couple of Capital City players in the area. And then put right into the hands of Diego Kalunga. Diego Kalunga's had some huge saves here in the second half.
Yeah, he's played a big role, if not the entire role of the reason why they're back in this one. As you saw on the replay, they're able to stop it with his feet. Cumbres still looking for a second goal, and the clock keeps ticking and ticking down. Kalunga there, though, playing a big role in this one here late in the second half.
Got to give it to Cumbres here in this second half. And we were talking at the halftime break. It almost looked like they were out of place. Capital City was running away with it. And here in the second half, that back line has played a lot more firm, and the offensive attack has finally ramped up here in the last 10 minutes for Cumbres. If it wasn't for such a disastrous first half, they would maybe have a shot at pushing this to PKs, but unfortunately, they still will need a miracle to get 2 goals in 5 minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Capital City hasn't really had a dangerous opportunity before this one that just happened. It was the penalty kick, the missed penalty kick, and then obviously this one a couple of minutes ago. But Cumbres has done a good job of keeping the ball and look for opportunities. Obviously only one in the back of the net.
Oh, an opportunity there, and Mraz had to close in. They were looking for a penalty. Now the officials are talking there. And Mraz came in with a cleat, and it took the attacker from Cumbres right in the thigh. That was Leono Campion.
Yeah, he's still down. I think Meraz came out a little bit too aggressive and might have caught the Cumbres player on the knee. He's still down here. Let's hope he gets. They're asking for a sub. I think this could be serious.
Yeah, they are going to bring a trainer out to look at Leono Campion. Here in the 77th minute, they wanted a penalty right there. Doesn't appear that Richard Tejada is going to award them one. Either way, it will be a corner whenever they are able to tend to Campion. Also, Gavin Mraz is stretching it out, too.
And I think it's going to be Tadeo Ortiz who comes in for Campeón, who's the man on the ground here still. Out of Cumbres is going to be, again, Tadeo Ortiz stepping in for him in this last couple of minutes, plus stoppage time as they look for a miracle.
And for Capital City, Sawyer Hunt will check into the game for Dylan Romero. That is the 6th and final substitution for Capital City. They've replaced everyone in their midfield and attacking line. It's just the back line and the keeper, Gavin Mraz, that have remained in the game.
You have to wonder how much stoppage time is the referee going to add into this one. Richard Tejada out of Panama. We just saw an injury that took a couple of minutes, and obviously if you're Cumbres, you're looking for any extra minutes that you can get in this one. So something to keep an eye out for to see how many minutes of stoppage time we get in this one.
Capital City just trying to hold on to possession here and try to waste some time, clear it out. Working into the 79th minute. Time is running out for Cumbres to put together a couple of goal-scoring opportunities. Diego Colunga sends it deep. Back and forth here in the midfield. A lot of pushing and tugging. They were pleading for a foul call. They got one. Cumbres with a free kick here. Approaching 1 minute left in regulation time. Oh, and deflected right in front of the free kick. Goes back to Cumbres, sends it in, and over the head of Gavin Mraz. It'll be a goal kick. You have to assume Capital City takes their sweet time here.
No update on Leonel Campeán, who's still down and still grabbing his face, as you see on the back of the goalkeeper for Capital City. He still seems to be hurt in this one. Let's hope he's okay.
Trying to win possession here in the midfield now. Kicked up. Cumbres trying to get an opportunity here in the box. A cross inside, a good-looking cross and a header, and poked out by Gavin Mraz. Great job by Mraz to be able to poke that one out. It'll be a corner for Cumbres.
Nice save there by Mraz. I think the ball kind of dipped a little too early for him, or it was deflected, and good reflexes there at the end to keep Cumbres from scoring the second one. Now they're at the corner kick.
Here's the corner. It has good height. Mraz trying to poke it out. He's able to. And now back on the counterattack here is Capital City. We're into stoppage time. We'll have 5 minutes of it. Trying to cross inside and deflected back out. Gabriel Gallegos takes a fall. It'll be a foul against him, and it'll go over to Cumbres.
Another close chance there for Cumbres. The one earlier that hit the post, and now this one that was saved by Mraz could have been all equalized if it wasn't for those two things that went the side of Capital City. Obviously didn't go the side of Cumbres. Could have made the game a whole lot more interesting than it has been. Not that it hasn't been interesting.
Yeah, for
but
sure. Yeah, this second half has been intense. Really good action here on both sides, and Cumbres has really come to life. I'm sure they wish they didn't dig themselves a 3-goal hole in that first half. It happened in the span of 28 minutes. 2 goals via Nico Siqueiros in the 5th and 22nd minutes. And Diego Valverde got one in the 28th. There's a throw in for Cumbres, working with roughly 3 minutes to go in stoppage time. Into the box, trying to find some room, can't quite do so. Ortiz able to win it. Send it back into the midfield area. In Capital City, it's been a pretty efficient week for them. A 3-0 win over Rush Canada. A 3-2 win over Toca FC. A 2-0 win over Sting. And then in bracket play, a 1-0 win over Woodbridge out of Canada. And a 5-0 win over Spartans FC out of Arizona yesterday in the semi. And then now with a 3-1 advantage here with just a couple of minutes left before the final whistle.
They've beaten everyone around the continent to get here.
They sure have. Yeah, North American champions here in the Dallas Cup. Capital City. There's a whistle, it'll go over to Cumbres. And a yellow card, a booking, will go against Oscar James. And Cumbres sending it all the way into the box, trying to find an opportunity, could not. Gavin Mraz.
Yeah, it's desperation. Sorry, it's desperation time now for Cumbres, but it looks like this should be the last play of the game. Nope, not yet.
There's another foul. Go back over to Cumbres. Working into the box, headed back out. Even though this back line for Capital City has shown some holes over the course of the last 15 minutes or so, overall it was a strong effort for them. That back line of Gabriel Gallegos, Joshua Simoneau, Jackson Sappin, Wesley Hamilton. Got to credit the goalkeeper, Gavin Mraz, as well. Did a good job. Did an almost perfect job for about 65 minutes. And then a solid enough job in this final 15 to be able to walk away with a victory. Cumbres trying to get one more opportunity at it. Sending it in and headed back out. And cleared completely. Just a mere formality at this point, and there is the final whistle. Capital City, the squad out of Austin, makes the trip up I-35 and takes home the Dallas Cup and the U16 Boys Division.
What a game from Capital City out of Austin FC. They dominated the first half. They struggled a little bit, if I could call it that, here in the second half. They suffered a bit, I should say, and you know, it seemed for a second that Cumbres was going to be able to maybe claw back into this one. But Capital City just held on enough, and now they're champions here of this Dallas Cup in 2026. We see the goalkeeper from Cumbres. We see several players from Cumbres with their heads down, disappointed. They really, you can tell they really wanted to take this one back home, and they worked so hard for this moment. But today, it was just Capital City's day.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will officially crown the champions of the U16 Boys Division, Capital City.
It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong woman stumbles, or where the doer or deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the woman who is actually in the arena, so that her place shall never be those cold and timid souls, who knew neither victory nor defeat.
There's There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata Deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Whataburger's Bacon Steakhouse Double. Do you need it or do you want it? Do you need creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon? Or do you want creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon? And want even is a want if we want the want so badly that the want becomes a need. How should I know? I just push the card. Enjoy your burger.
Creamy, crispy, crunchy.
The Whataburger Bacon Steakhouse Double is back. Download the app.
Our roots in this game run deep. We've been here, hydrating the grind with 50% more electrolytes. But it's time to raise the bar. This is our game, my game, your game, the beautiful game. From the ground up, we power soccer.
Welcome in, America. The Premier League season awaits.
A glorious finish by Saka.
At this stage, anything is possible.
Can Liverpool run it back-to-back?
Don't forget about Chelsea.
The Gunners are stacked.
Don't count out United.
Watch out for City. This is truly anyone's season. So no matter who you're cheering for or where you're at, this year's gonna be epic. You'll fit right in.
Welcome back into Toyota Stadium, wrapping up the U16 Boys Dallas Cup. We awarded the officials just before we returned for break. Head referee Richard Tejada out of Panama. Assistant referee Glinson Bernabela out of Bonaire. Assistant referee Craig Smith out of the USA. And our fourth referee Jonathan Hughes out of the Cayman Islands. The CONCACAF crew handling this one here today. And now the medals being passed out to the runner-ups. And say for Cumbres, it was a really efficient week for the boys out of Monterrey, but today just could not come out victorious here in this one. It was a disastrous first half. They dug a 3-0 hole heading into the break, but have to applaud for what they did in the last 40 minutes, Gil.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you're the head coach, if you're a mom or a dad of the Cumbres players, you got to go back home proud of them. They fought to the end. They had, like you mentioned, they had some serious chances there in the second half, but just weren't able to get through and get the second goal and eventually that third goal that they wanted. As you see a couple of players with their head down, that shows you how much this tournament means to them and how much they really wanted this one. They come up short here, but I'm sure they'll be back next year, and I'm sure they'll be back looking for revenge and looking to get back to this spot here and leave home with the golden trophy.
And the moment belongs to Capital City. Head coach Dustin Beal will be able to take this Golden Boot trophy back down to Austin. Captained by defenseman Jackson Sapp. As they finish the week, 6 matches, 6 wins, and a gold trophy. After a 3-1 win today, 2 goals from Nico Siqueiros, one in the 5th minute, another in the 22nd minute. And he helped off of a corner that he sent in with an assist from Kelby Spitzer, and finished off by Diego Valverde. Kelby Spitzer with a couple of assists in this effort, and a 3-1 win for Capital City as they will take this trophy and take a photo in front of the Dallas Cup champions banner.
And Siqueiros, we mentioned him multiple times throughout this one. Every time he touched the ball was a dangerous man. As you see here, a tunnel, I guess, out of respect here from Cumbres to Capital City as they make their way onto the championship banner, like you mentioned. The players out of Monterrey, Mexico, showing their respect and showing sportsmanship in this one despite losing 3-1.
Great show of sportsmanship here in the Dallas Cup final as the boys from Mexico, even though they did not get the result they wanted, they handed over their respects to Capital City as they get ready to hoist the trophy. The U16 boys champions of the Dallas Cup Capital City. Congratulations to their squad and head coach Dustin Beal. We've crowned 2 champions. We have 4 more to go in the girls' divisions here at the rest of the day at Toyota Stadium. Up next at 2 p.m., it'll be the U18 girls final right here at Toyota Stadium and on the Dallas Cup YouTube. We'll be right back with that one here momentarily. But for now, a 3-1 win for Capital City.